Morah, and I missed you so much. I thought it would be fun to do a little art video. But first, it's been so long since I've seen you, and even though I'm doing art, I thought we might do a story time song first. So let's do the hello song, since it's been so long since we've been able to say hello. Remember, let's try it first without our words, and then with our words. So without our words first. Okay, and now with our words. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello, friends. How are you? I've missed you so much. Okay, well, let's get into the art right away. Oh, that means I have to think. I think the first thing I need is my thinking hat. Why don't you also make a thinking hat? Thinking hats are really good. They help us think, they help us problem solve, and you can make them out of anything. You can make them out of newspapers, wrapping paper, and of course, this lovely paper, which is IKEA paper. And you fold it in half, and then down the side again. Your mom and dad can help me with this. And then on the other side, it's a little lopsided, but that's okay. It makes it more personal, more me, a little funky. Okay, and I think a thinking hat is good anytime. What do you think? Does that look good? Or should I wear it this way? I think it looks a little plain. You know what? I think it needs to be decorated. Oh, you could use crayons, or you could get out your markers, or some stickers. But I think today I'm going to use my favorite, dots. Just because. I like my dot markers. Woo. They're bold and colorful, and they splatter everywhere, so be careful if you're at home. I won't splatter you though. Okay, here's my little cricket. Kind of a little silly, but it's my thinking hat. I have to think about what I want to teach you guys today. I have to think about problem solving. Because, you know, when I think about art, I think it's all about problem solving. I have a problem and I have to solve it. So, well, you know what? I've had a problem in my kitchen lately. I have this windowsill, and I love my windowsill. It has nice and lots of sunshine and everything, but you know me, I love color, so I think I need something to add a little color, a little zest in here. And maybe you do too. Maybe you have a windowsill or a table that would be a great place to find a little pop of color. So I'm so glad I put on my thinking hat. I know. I also think I want to recycle, because recycling's a good thing to do, isn't it? So I think I'm going to search for some jars. Oh, it's a good thing. I happen to have a couple jars. And you know what else I happen to have? This is awesome. I have an old bottle from seltzer water. That's also really great. So, well, these jars look great in front of my window, but they kind of just, kind of blasé. a little bland, not very colorful. So let's do something colorful. Well, the first thing I think of is paint. But what if you don't have paint at home? Let me think. I know. Maybe you have some markers at home. Ooh, I like how this pink shows up on my jar. And if I make a nice little design, I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to look pretty much more colorful, isn't it? I could even add more colors to it. And I could make a pattern. I love patterns. Here's another color. Let's see what happens. I think they call this color mint. Ooh, it's very light. It's not as bright as the other colors, but that's okay. I can go back to my brighter color. And I'm just going to make something a little abstract. Abstract, that's a big word, isn't it? Abstract. Can you say abstract? Abstract. That just means, well, it means that you can just do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be something specific, like a dog or a flower. That's concrete. You can just do a very pretty abstract design. I know someone in the olive class who really loves making things abstract. There's something coming along there. You know what else I could use? I happen to have some stickers. Life is always better with stickers. That's what I say. What if I was to add a little bling? You could also use glitter. Now, this is something you definitely have to use outside, and be very careful and have your mom and dad around. Worst case scenario, or maybe even best case scenario, if your mom happens to have and lets you use it, a little fingernail polish to add a little bit more glitter. I don't know if you can see that. But it makes it pretty. You could also use a little tissue paper. I think I'm definitely going with the pink theme today. So you want to use a little bit of glue. And if you don't have glue, there's actually a lot of wonderful recipes online. Use a little cornstarch, a little flour, and a little bit of water. Your mom and dad can help you Google that and look for a nice recipe for making glue. And you could also even find wonderful recipes for, let's see, I want that there, I think. Make it look a little bit more artistic. Maybe we'll see how artistic it looks. It doesn't really matter, does it? You just have to have fun with it and be creative. So I'm just going to smear on my glue and put on my tissue paper. I have a a little bit more. And the nice thing about the glue is that it will actually dry clear. Okay, so there's just the beginning. I'm not going to finish the project. I just want to give you a sense of what it looks like. You can have a lot of fun with that. Now, the other thing you could absolutely do, if you have it, is paint. You can use any kind of paint. Hopefully, if you have washable paint, I certainly applaud using that. If you don't have washable paint available to you, you can make paint out of flour and food coloring. And then you can also kind of save your clothes a little bit if you don't have washable children's paint at home by adding a little bit of dish soap to regular paint. I love using house paint for a lot of things. I did not open my lid first. And I think this one is going to look really pretty on this bottle. There we go. There. You can start to see how the sunlight comes through and create. Another little tip that I love to do is I like using styrofoam trays or old sushi trays to house my paints and sometimes even my glue. Make a pretty little pattern here. And paint on jars, on glass, is very forgiving. If you mess up, you can actually just scratch it off. But if you really, really like your painting and you want to protect it, you could put on a coat of clear glue afterwards. I like to paint just about anything and everything. I like to paint my shoes. I like to paint my pots, like this one. I also love to paint animals. This would be a horse of another color. Painting animals can be a lot of fun. You can put them in pots. You can put them on the windowsill. This little guy I've nicknamed Sunny. And here is a dinosaur that my son, when he was about your age, painted. And I've kept him because it's just a lot of fun. I love how he used 3 different colors to paint him. So here we go. We're starting to see a nice little pattern. Some fun colors. Today I only pulled out 2 colors. But that's okay. Because with even 2 colors, you can still have a lot of fun. You can paint polka dots. You can paint stripes. You can can do anything. But you start to see how fun it is to paint. Afterwards, you could fill it up, pick something pretty from your yard, and maybe have a picnic. Put it on the dinner table tonight and enjoy it. Okay, so for part 2, I'm going to take off my thinking hat because I just thought of a great idea. I mentioned earlier that artists like to problem solve, and there's another type of person who loves to problem solve, and those are scientists and gardeners. Everybody loves to problem solve. So I thought, what am I going to do with these colorful jars that I'm going to paint? I'm going to actually do a quick job on this one real fast because I do. I think this is a really pretty color. I'm just going to go with stripes. Okay, so did you know this is a green onion, this is a red onion, and this is a yellow onion? This part you're going to have your parents help you. But did you know you can grow these just from the grocery store? So when you have one at home, you can just cut off the top. This part can go back in the fridge and you can use it. Maybe in a stir fry or something yummy like that. And then this part, you can use in your new jar. Fill it up. And then drop it in. You can use, hold on for just a second, I just thought of something. You can use a couple of toothpicks on either side and rest it in the jar. And then put it in a nice sunny spot. And eventually, these roots will start to grow. And after they start to grow a little bit, you'll start seeing a sprout come up. And it can actually, as long as you change the water every few days, it will start to grow a top back on it, and you can eat your green that way. Sorry. There you go. You can also take a regular onion, cut it off, peel off all the paper. That part you can do. Mom and Dad gets to do the cutting, and you get to do the peeling of the paper. Okay, you can already see that this little guy has some little white shoots. So go ahead and find another jar. Fill it up. Add your toothpicks. And you know what? I want to just add one more toothpick. Keep it balanced. And you need to make sure it's hitting the bottom, or else it won't sprout. Then when you do a red onion, or a yellow onion this way, once you see the little white sprouts, you'll want to put it into some soil and plant it. And then very shortly afterwards, you'll start to see the green sprouts again, and you'll start growing an onion. And that can be a lot of fun. And what I like doing with projects like that, with the onion, is I like to get some scrap paper, or you could use notebook paper, and get your stapler, and create a little science log for yourself. And then you can keep track of of your observations. You can get a pencil. Somewhere's my pencil. Awesome. And you can actually draw your onion every day and see what is it looking like. Are the roots just very short, or have they started to grow and get longer? And your mom and dad can help you take notes about what you see and how you observe your onions growing. Okay. The last thing I wanted to toss out there is I know everybody is cleaning their house a lot since we're all home. Shaving cream. It's a great tool to use with kids. You can put it on your counters. They can have a great time drawing faces, practicing their spelling, writing their names, writing love notes to you. You can also put your kids in the shower and put this all over the walls, and they'll have a great time, and everything will be a little soapy, sudsy, clean. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys, and it was so nice to see you. I really, really miss you. In fact, right now, I'd like you to put out your arms way, way out and put one arm this way and one arm this way, and give yourself a big hug for me. And I hope to see you soon. Let's sing our goodbye song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye, friends. Bye-bye.